Is it just me, or like, where are all the pro-Palestine people when Trump just made this announcement and there's officially a deal being made?
So I grew up in a city called San Jose in Northern California, or more famously known as the Bay Area, which means that all my life I have been surrounded by insane people. Now, I'm sure that you can find insane people pretty much anywhere, but it was a specific, special sort of insanity that I grew up around. I grew up around liberals, leftists. This was the order of the day. I mean, even in the circles that were considered Christian, you still found a lot of this social justice warrior energy going on. And so, yes, I did fall. I did, walk away from the faith, but because God is patient and God is kind and God is merciful, I am back here with y'all today. But what I wanted to get into is basically growing up, before I became more politicized, I guess you would say, or politically active, politically even interested, I believed that the liberals, the so-called social justice warriors, the woke before they were known as woke, I genuinely believed that they cared about the causes that they proclaimed to stand behind. For example, when they were speaking on, black people's rights or police brutality, those sort of things, I thought to myself, that's a good cause. And I believe that they believe in that cause. Surely they can't be using these causes as a means to what I now know as virtue signal. Surely they can't be pretending to be activists. Well, it turns out that that's exactly what was going on in just about every one of these cases. More times than not, the ones who called themselves progressives, liberals, the ones who were pushing us forward as a society, were actually just using this as a means to validate themselves and to make themselves feel important. This is no different with the entire quote unquote pro-Palestine movement, aka pro-Palestine scam. The Free Palestine scam that has been run on pretty much the entire known world for the last 2 or so years. It's almost exactly 2 years, ironically enough, or non-ironically enough. God is sovereign. But when the Gaza deal first went through, I had a few first thoughts. First thought was I didn't really believe it was going to go through because I don't trust jihadists. Second one was, okay, well, is this going through? Then what are the details? And then I came to a place of, wow, the hostage is actually coming back Monday, etc. I'm still in that in-between space, folks. So, forgive me if you watch this and then Monday comes and nothing happens, but I do believe genuinely. Anyway, what I did also recognize, or at least internally had a sort of sense about, was that this so-called pro-Palestine crowd was going to either they're going to find a way to make this a negative, right? Or they're going to disappear. One of the two things. And I believe that both are currently taking place. And so I want to get into a video that I came across. I have not watched this, so maybe I disagree with some of the stuff, but this young woman here is speaking on exactly those thoughts. I guess I'm not the only one who had that sort of feeling. And it looks like my camera is flashing red. So if I cut this weirdly, it's because I've changed the battery.
Is it just me, or like, where are all the pro-Palestine people when Trump just made this announcement and there's officially a deal being made? Like, everyone that I know is celebrating the fact that the hostages are coming home and that Israel is stepping back. So where are all of the people who were protesting and celebrating? If this was not an anti-Jewish thing, why are you not all screaming from the rooftops? I'm a little confused, because I literally can't get rid of the amount of pro-Palestine on my For You page. So I was very excited to see all of the pro-Palestine content that would be celebrating the announcement. I'm a little confused. Where are you?
Me too.
If it's not about Jews and it's about Gaza, and this deal was made that Israel will be pulling away.
See, now, sis, you're making too much sense. You're making too much sense. That's the point I didn't necessarily dig into right there is, yeah, if it really was about, free Palestine, stop the fake genocide, then okay, it's stop now. The fake genocide that never was is now over. It has stopped. While Christians in Nigeria, in Mozambique, in Sudan are being slaughtered in mass because of their faith, actual genocide, that seems to not really matter, right? But free Palestine, though, yeah. The same guys who actually call for the genocide of the Jewish people, as well as Christians, because they're in Africa and the Middle East killing Christians right now. But anyway, let's not get too deep into actual facts. Let's just keep it on the surface. Let's keep it light, airy, fairy. If it was about Palestine, quote unquote Palestine, alleged so-called Palestine, then why, oh why, would y'all not be the number one most celebrating individuals on the entire of the internet? Why would it not be you that is gung-ho, head over heels? Why are y'all not kissing the very ground that President Trump walks on? Well, first and foremost, you can't even give the man credit for anything he has done in your personal life, let alone in your pretend life. You know, that old pretend life you created when you pretended to care about so-called Palestine, a place that you knew nothing about, because if you did, you would have known that there is no such thing. I would have been a good place to start. You likely would have also known that the reason why the war, not genocide, war, the reason the war ensued is because so-called Palestinians literally invaded, massacred, R-worded, kidnapped Israelis. That's why it happened. Yeah. Continue.
Where's the celebration? Because in my eyes, you should be celebrating more than you celebrated on October 7th, right? Or are we not really wanting peace?
So what I believe it's actually going to be is a full-blown retaliation, because you've just stripped away a sense of these people's identity. This is who they were. They became that fake flag of a non-existent nation. They became that. They were putting watermelons in their bios. How are you going to go back from watermelon vibe? How are you going to, you can't just reverse. You can't just find something as big as that. I mean, are we just going to go back to like supporting Ukraine, who probably actually needs our support? You know what I mean? Are we going to go to, I don't know, maybe actually, paying attention to the actual genocides taking place across the planet right now? No. What else could we do? Gosh. Oh, yeah, I know what we can do. We maybe can go back to the BLM scam and pretend to care about quote unquote black lives while multitudes of black boys and girls are massacred in the streets of Chicago, of Memphis, of Washington, D.C., and then protest against the president who looks to clean these streets up of their crime. I mean, we could do that, but it's just not the same. It doesn't have the same seasoning as the pro-Palestine, free Palestine scam now, does it? Because see, that one gave y'all a lot. It fed into your already existing hatred. Mental psychosis, yes, but it fed into the existing hatred, the scapegoating of the Jewish people. It made you feel that you were standing up for an oppressed group when actually you were in opposition of an actual minority oppressed ethnic group. It gave you the perfect place to pretend. We had genocide, we had starvation, we had the stealing of land, we had colonizers, right? We had in here everything, racism, the white man versus the black man. All of it was baked into the pro-Palestine scam, and yet here you are. Now here you are. Now you got to take on 10 flags. Do you know the burden? I don't even know if X will let you have that many or Blue Sky will let you have that many flags in your bio. Oh, he, she, no, they, them, yes, you. I'm talking to you. The theys and the thems. How are you going to do it now? How are you going to satisfy and satiate that part of you that needs to feel righteous better than all others, that needs to feel morally superior? How will you do it now? Will you make up a new scam? Will Lord Soros, Singham, shout out to my boy Jay, put me on a Singham. Is it going to be Singham to put another few $100 million in the pockets of these so-called activists and make up another so-called genocide? I'm interested to see what happens. I genuinely am. I'm interested to see where these people go and what they do with their lives after. Now you might have to get a job. That's crazy. You have spent the last God knows how long. What, year and a half, 2 years maybe? Maybe you were there from the very beginning. You spent the last 2 years of your life fully employed. I mean, not employed, you're unemployed, but you're employed, right? On the payroll. $80,000 a year. Shout out to Nate Friedman. $80,000 a year they were paying you to stand on those street corners and yell about a non-existent genocide. I would be devastated to wake up this morning and to realize that money's going to dry up. I would hate to be a Taliban Carlson right now. How is he coping? Because, this was bringing a lot of traction for the jihadists, right? Now it's like, jihad, shmihad, Now what is he going to do in order to appease his lords in Qatar? What is he going to do for his holy God? Allah. What's he going to do? It's heartbreaking. It's truly, truly devastating. To be an activist, to be a social justice warrior, a leader on the cutting edge of utter delusion and nonsense. Only to find out that your greatest scam is gone. If you, Greta the Grifter Thunberg, how dare you? What are you going to do now? What are you you gave up the melting ice caps. You gave up a good gig. Do you know, what's his name? I was about to say Al Horton or Al Sharpton. He's been another one who's made a good chunk of change. How much did Al Gore make from... the first thing pops up. Al Gore. Look at this, guys. Look at this. What a great gig this was. Let me go ahead. Is that Letitia James? Letitia? No. Look at this. How Al Gore has made, and by the way, it's Daily Mail. How Al Gore has made $330 million from climate alarmism. Former VP made a fortune after losing to George W. Man, I would have rather taken that gig. George W.'s career or making $330 million from absolute dog water. He then set up green investment firm now worth $36 billion that pays him $2 million a month. So he uses 300 M's to make a $36 billion fund that then is paying him $2 million a month. And he warns about rain bombs and boiling oceans. Oh my. Oh, where are we at? Where are we at? Hello. All right, folks, we are back. Yeah, this was a good gig right here. This was truly good while it lasted. Oh, man. Greta. Oh, He-Man. What will you do now? My heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you. Maybe they'll let you back in and, you can do the old, the world is melting and we're the problem. We're the reason, us, not China, who's just literally not Taylor Swift in her private plane. No, it's us. because we're taking too long in the shower, and we're watering our plants too much, and we're eating foods that were meant for humans as opposed to meant for rabbits. Yeah. It's going to be tough times for you guys. Yeah. You're in my thoughts and my prayers. My prayers because I pray for your salvation. Genuinely, actually, I do on that one. So you can get back to mental clarity. But on the jokey joke side, I hope that you, well, actually, no, I'm serious on this one too. I hope you guys get a daggone job. I really do. I hope you get a job. Please, just anything, create something, build a business, feed somebody's rabbit, something of that nature. Just do something that is not a complete scam. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Now, if you'd like to stay around, make sure to click that little subscribe button down there, or you can show some love by going to the description below and clicking on the button titled Buy Me a Coffee. Leave a little something there, or click on the Cash App. Leave a little something here. Till the next time, peace.
I've been up for hours, I've been up for days, staring at the ceiling, I've been counting strays, I've been in my feelings, I've been out of mind, I've been getting visions of the other kind, I've been up for weeks, I'm in the count of blessings over count of sheep. I can never be the type to limit when it comes to me. I used to be the pleaser for the people I ain't even need.